Lee, thanks for joining us. Before we look ahead, of course, to your next port of call, which is Swindon, let's just have an assessment from yourself, really, of halfway in the season, lying second in the table. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the league's panning out the way we thought it would at the start of the season, really competitive all the way through. And I'm pleased we're part of that and giving a good account of ourselves, particularly with where we lie in the league. But we know that can change quickly because it is really competitive. People are strengthening already during this window. You look at the likes of Bradford, they're having a real go. So it's going to be like that all the way through. But hopefully we can be part of that still and achieve what we want to.
What has impressed you the most?
About the team?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm really impressed with is obviously a big overhaul of the squad again. And the players that have come into the club have really bought into what we're trying to do at the football club. Good characters, which I'm massive on. Which has really pleased me. The recruitment team have ticked all the boxes with that, and how they've integrated into the group. And then with that, the players that have been here for a couple of seasons now, they've seen this happen 2 or 3 times where we've lost our players, but they've trusted the football club to keep improving, which means then overall we've got something similar to what we had last year. So that's really pleased me. And they've bought into what I want the team to look like, what we want the team to look like, who can cover all sides of the game.
A key part of the season is the Christmas New Year programme because of how many games you're playing in a short space of time. If you just reflect on that, 7 points from the 12 really in the main sequence of games, and gone to second in the table, as you mentioned. A great place to be going into the second half of the season.
Yeah, really good position to carry on the second half of the season, like you say. This Christmas was slightly better than last Christmas, wasn't it? So no, really pleased. And look, it's important to get results over this period. If you singled any other team out and watched all their games, they won't look perfect over that period as well. But it's about picking up results. Players being robust over that period, and fairly pleased with the outcomes that we've had over Christmas.
Everyone saw the input that Lewis Billington had coming on as early substitute for the unfortunate James Connolly, of course, but did what his input coming to the game, did that really again typify what you've got in your squad? Yeah,
absolutely. We think the squad's quite even in terms of if somebody's missing out, the person that's coming in, we feel will do just as good a job, if not better in some cases. But what Billow's done is he's just trains properly. He looks after himself. It's easy for me to say that, but he does. Which then, and again, I mentioned the other day, outside centre half's probably his position in our team. If that's the shape we're playing, now he's going to have to play at wing back in some occasions. That's the nature of our squad. But I was pleased for him. He looked like he got the bit between his teeth. Made a few decisions at the start, which meant I thought it allowed him to build in to the game, where he just showed a little bit more aggression and looked to go forward a little bit more. But really pleased for him.
Can we just bring us up to date with how James Connolly is and an update on Kane Emmons and Connor Thomas? Yeah,
so James has got a hamstring tear, if you like. It'll be really assessed. He's been for a scan. He'll be a couple of injections in there. He will be assessed again over the next week, and we'll have a real picture of how long we're going to be missing him for. But he's going to be out for a few weeks, you would think. And I thought he was just showing some real good form. Statistically, that shows as well. He was showing some good form. So I'm really disappointed for him, because when he has played, he's been in the team. I think he's been part of a lot of clean sheets for us this season. I think he's been good. Kane Emmons, is at St George's Park. We'll hopefully have him involved next week at some point in training. That doesn't mean then he's going to be involved in the following game, but we're hopeful in the next couple of weeks to have him somewhere near the squad. Connor Thomas, he will have his brace off, I think, in the next week. and that's just to keep it so we can heal quickly. And then again, it'll be down to how he's feeling after that. They'll go and see a consultant again to really then come up with his plan. But we're hopeful it's not too long, touch wood.
And next up, of course, is a trip to Swindon. They're not having the season they would have wanted. Still a big club in League Two, but it's all about you again and the hard work that you want your team to put in, and the ability they've got when they're on the ball and get the result.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to, but you've also got to be mindful of the opposition. You're going to Swindon, like you say, big club. Still got good players in their squad. They've got some good players. Obviously, Ian's gone in, vastly experienced, and I'm sure he's using that to get the best out of them and turn their season around. Like you say, it's only halfway. There's a long way to go. So things can quite quickly change for them. But we do have to concentrate on what we want to look like, how we're going to hurt the opposition. And like I said, the players should be full of confidence going into the game. Hopefully the weather stays away and we're able to get the game on.
I think you just briefly mentioned Ian Holloway coming back over 25 years experience, a colourful character to say the least in the world of football, and they've just suffered that one defeat in the last 5, which was the last time out, so they've improved their form. Yeah,
massively improved their form. When you lose away to Notts County as well, they're a good team, aren't they? So I don't think he'll be too downhearted with that. Like you say, brilliant character. Used to love watching his teams when I was growing up, full of energy, attacking football. And you can see he's trying to get that into his team. He's got 20 odd games to make that work, and I'm pretty sure he will make that work because, like I say, they've got some good players. So it's going to be a tough afternoon. We've got to concentrate on what we need to do to score more than them.